Bueno, bueno. It's raining where I am, guys. Hello and welcome to Beyond Babbitt. Hello, Kevin Scott. Shalom, shalom. KJS, what's going on, brother? Shalom, welcome, welcome. And we're live. This is your host, Brian Anthony, with Beyond Babbitt, reporting for duty. Brian Anthony with Beyond Babbitt, reporting for duty. L 1978, reporting for duty. Shalom, shalom. Welcome to the show. All right. Appreciate the like. Appreciate the thumbs up. Well, guys, the rumor was that the whole world was waiting till the G7 ended. The whole world was hanging on to that. Devil dog, all right, man. It's raining there too? Yeah, man, we needed it. It was like the hottest day. They say it was the hottest day of the year yesterday. Here, anyway. It was like 106 or 109, somewhere in between 106 and 109 with the actual temperature in North Texas yesterday. They said it was the hottest day of the entire year yesterday. And today it's rain. Man, it's probably in the 70s right now. It's kind of cool, actually. So that's strange. Shalom, Andy L. That's strange. This is Texas. It's still August. First of all, we usually don't get rain in August, and it usually doesn't get this cool in August. It doesn't get this cool to the end of September. Sometimes October. Sometimes it's still 80 in December. But like I said, guys, winter is coming early this year. I felt it in my spirit, in my heart. It's proven to be true. Flu season is going to be off the chain. All kind of sicknesses. Uh, anti bacteria. I'm sorry. Antibiotic resistant bacteria, viruses, all kind of things. Be prepared, guys. So next year, the G7, if there is the next year. Hello, Metal Sheep. Shalom, shalom. If there is a next year, and if there is a G7 next year, it's going to be hosted in the U.S. Trump is saying that he's going to bring Putin back in. They say he can invite whoever he wants. You know, Putin was in it. They kicked him out and made it the G7. It was the G8. So this particular G7 that just happened, I believe, was in France. China wasn't there, and Russia wasn't there. Um, as you know, guys, when President O was in office, he was dead set against Russia. Uh, he trolled Russia at every move, everything they did, everything they didn't do. Russia, Russia, Russia. If he would have been in office again, we would have been at nuclear war with Russia right now. No doubt about it. Well, President Trump got in there. He doesn't have as much of a problem with Russia. His problem is with China. So behind the scenes, I believe he's been secretly working with Russia on a number of different issues. And we found that out last year when Russia was in control of the airspace in Syria. Then all of a sudden they left and we showed up, bombed some stuff, and then we left and Russia came back. It's coordinated. So President O had it in for Russia. And he loved China. He had an affinity for China. KJS, you're not far off, but I think you're stretching it a little too far. You're saying next year. I hope it waits till next year. But President Trump, as soon as he came in, he had a problem with China. And he had been having this problem with China for a number of years. And he didn't have a problem with Russia. He wants to do business with Russia. What's up, Dark Wolf? Shalom, shalom. Welcome to the show. So he's switching things around. He's giving Russia a few breaks here and there, not on them as much as trolling them as much as O was. But he's on China. Every move they make, every step they take, we're watching them. We're on everything they're doing. I mean, and rightfully so. They've done a lot of things, but that's the New World's Order doing. They're setting China up to be the new superpower, and Trump is not ready to give up that spot yet. Everybody wants the number one spot. So The G7 is over. So I don't know if you guys knew that since Friday, the Israelis have struck 4 different countries. They've struck in Syria, they struck in Iran, they struck in Iraq, they struck in Lebanon. And I was just some inside information from Israeli News Live. Stephen Kanum, I believe his name is. He has intelligence that Israel is preparing a direct strike on Iran. Direct strike. And that's going to set it off. There's been a number of drones shot down. G0 next year. You could be right. You could be right, Devil Dog. There's been a number of drones struck down. The drone wars are taking place. Nobody's claiming that. Every country has drones. Now, U.S. drones are really expensive. But the Chinese drones are cheap. So a lot of the other countries that don't make their own drones, they buy the Chinese-made drones. Really cheap. And, they can modify them and customize them. And so you spy with the drones, and you can also use them as weapons. They can fire guns, bombs, missiles, all this type of stuff. So that's what's happening. This thing is hot. It's hot as it's been. Stock market is dropping like a rock again. After it recovered yesterday, it went up substantially. It didn't make up quite the loss that it took on Friday, but it made up some ground, and it's dropping like a rock today. However, over the weekend, silver went up, and in the last 24 hours, silver is up about $1. That's amazing news. Anytime silver moves more than 6 cents in one day, that makes news. Up $1 in 24 hours, that's major news. Yesterday, everything was up. All the stocks, bonds, well, not bonds. Stocks were up. What do I think the mark of the beast is? We'll get into that. Stocks were up yesterday. Silver and gold were up. Both silver and gold are at 1-year highs right now, guys. Yeah. All the smart money is getting out. They were selling, I saw something, $600 million worth of stocks sold per day recently by the insider trading. They're getting out. It's just the people who depend on the Roth IRAs, the 401ks, the pensions, and day traders. They're the only ones in the stock market right now. You're going to get creamed. You're going to get wiped out. As you know, we went over the book of James the other day and on the last video, and it said, you have heaped up silver and gold for the last days. It was talking to the rich people. So you know what they're doing. They heaping up silver and gold for the last days. They're not heaping up no crypto. What was that? I just missed something. Let's see. Yeah, KJS, it does say that. It does say that. That's when the Messiah shows up. Until the Messiah shows up, silver and gold and precious stones will have all kind of, it's going to be the currency. I'm saying only the slaves are going to be on the digital currency, which is debit, credit, cards, chips, cryptocurrency. No, the slaves are going to be on that. The people that rule and run the world, wealth of nations, different countries, they're buying silver and gold. They know the true wealth. See, the game is this. Silver and gold, you don't need that. That's not worth anything. Give that to us. Why do you think they got vaults full of it? Every country that's worth something, every country that's at the top, they got vaults full of silver and gold and precious stones. And they be like, oh no, you guys don't need that. Here, we'll give you these, what they used to have, the tallies, little sticks. First they give you little sticks and give you all kind of stuff. Oh no. Silver and gold, no, that's too complicated for you. Give that to me, give it here. Here, we're going to give you digital money. Yeah, much better. Oh, we're going to give you paper money, green money. Oh, now it's blue cheese money. Oh yeah, it's not money, it's currency. Because they controlling the real money. The real money is silver and gold. See, we just went over that the other day. In the book of James, he was talking to the rich people. He say, you have heaped up silver and gold for the last days. And he was talking about how it was going to be corrupted. Because it ain't going to be no good when the Messiah get here. But we know, was it in the book of Daniel or in the book of Revelation, when the Anti shows up, all the kings of the world, that's what they're going to offer him. Silver, gold, and precious stones. Anti ain't showed up yet. So we know silver and gold still has its value. And it's going to be, they're not going to throw the silver and gold in the streets until the Messiah shows up. Then they would throw their gold and silver idols in the street, and they're going to go into the caves and in the rocks and tell them to fall on us. Hide us from the one who's sitting on the throne who's coming down. Oh, we got a little time before that happens. So don't throw it in the streets yet. It's all about timing. Don't throw it away yet. It's still worth a lot. So this thing is heating up, guys. I read an article where Russian troops are now training with U.S. rifles, U.S. military firearms. They say that, all right, KJ. So they're saying that the U.S. military is training with Russian rifles, and Russian troops are training with U.S. rifles. I don't know what that's for. Yeah, Devil Dog, good idea. Buy silver now while it's still a bargain. If you guys don't know this, back in 1980, silver went to $50. $50 per ounce till they beat it back down. And then what was that? Around 2008 or somewhere around there, it went to 49, almost 50 again. Yeah, recently. And they beat it down again. Beat it down. And so now it's coming back from being down there by $12 and $13, and here we're at $18, almost 18 and a half. It's going up. Silver's at a year high. Gold is at a year high. I mean, I can't give it investment advice, but 2 + 2 = 4 all day, every day. So, I don't know if I told y'all this, but Maduro said he's been having talks with the U.S. We don't know for how long, so that's probably why they haven't been invaded. They're already in talks with us. The fires in the Amazon. Now, they're calling the Amazon the lungs of the earth. They're wildfires. They say it produces 20% of the world's oxygen. There are greater fires right now burning in Africa, the continent of Africa, which is also heavily forested. And it's not even in the news. It's not even in the news. It's way more devastating than the fires in Brazil. So I wonder why they're focusing on these fires over here. Now what's his name? Bolsonaro? Something like that. The new president over there. Now he's using the military, at least 50,000 troops, to fight the fires because he believes that if he doesn't, the UN is going to send in troops. They want to use that land for something. We don't know if Brazil wants to use it or if the rest of the world wants to use it. The fires are not an accident. Dara Pouliot, what's up, brother? Shalom, shalom. Welcome to the show. So, guys, this thing is heating up. So my guess is, if the stocks crash if it does like it's doing today or worse, on Friday, right? And then Monday is a holiday, Labor Day. There may be a bank holiday this weekend. And if Israeli News Live is right, Israel is preparing to strike Iran directly. Oh man, it's gonna be hell on earth, literally. Iran is no punk nation. You attack them, it's gonna be on. They have allies. Putin met with Erdogan recently. Erdogan is looking at the Su-57s, the Russian jets, fighter planes. We're planning on selling, was it F-16s to Taiwan because Taiwan see what's going on in Hong Kong. So they want to buy like 60 planes from us, fighter jets. The Hong Kong protest still going on, about 16 weeks now, something like that. The police are now using guns. The protesters have made their own chemical weapons, like pepper spray and some gases, whatever. I don't know what it was. It's homemade, but they're using it to repel the police from running. The protesters in Hong Kong also have sticks now, and they beat the hell out of some police the other day. Beat the hell out of them, made them retreat. So that's not China. China's going to send in the gang. China's going to send in the tanks, and the revolution will not be televised. These people will end up as martyrs. Somebody told me that the yellow vest protest in France is still going on. That'd be like, what, 6 months or 8 months or something, 5 months? Let me know if that's still going on. It's not in the news anymore if it is. But that's the French spring. That's part of the European spring. And then we got the Asian spring. The American spring hasn't taken off yet. The people here are too docile. They done put too much stuff in the water. Nobody gonna get out there and do this every day and go cause trouble every day. No. They'll fight when they're given a reason to fight. Other than that, just going out and protest, they'll do it for a few hours one day. Other than that, leave that mess alone. Ain't nobody messing with that. So they're having a hard time getting the American spring going, whether it's a alphabet organization trying to get it going, even a foreign alphabet organization, or domestic foreign organization, a domestic alphabet organization. They're not getting it going. They're not getting it going. They thought they would have had a civil conflict going in this country by now. Nobody wants to fight for no reason. People got other stuff to worry about. Yeah, Devil Dog, the Chinese in Hong Kong are waving American flags. Chinese reporters are saying that NGOs, U.S. NGOs, and CIA are controlling the protesters, are really stirring up the trouble. So I don't doubt it. Somebody had to organize this mess and keep it going for so long. But they're saying that the stocks went up so much yesterday because Trump tweeted out or made some type of comment that, oh yeah, us in China, we're going to sit back at the table again and start back working on this trade war stuff. And so they say that's why the stocks went up. I don't believe it. I believe it was the plunge protection team, because they have to keep it going. Don't have to keep it going anymore. The G7 is over. Israel is preparing to strike. Israel has been striking. That some are even saying that the U.S. participated. We're denying it. Oh no, it wasn't us. It wasn't us. So we don't know what's going on, but we know it's hot right now. It's hot right now. And if these stocks don't rebound soon, there's nothing else to do but go to war, because the trade war is already hot. This thing is already, hey man, it could go bad any day now, guys. You know what, Devil Dog? I do think that was a lie. This guy has a control. Whatever he says, he tweet out some mess. He can make it go up. He can make it go down. So I don't think China is saying they ready to fight to the death. They talking about they ready to fight. They not giving in. And Trump said, "Oh, we back at the table." I don't believe it. And then we know the little fat kid, little short man. They done advance their weaponry. They have nuclear weapons now that they can mount on those missiles. Everybody's testing missiles. Everybody's been testing them. All the major countries. And Russia showed off that a regular jet can get into the orbit, basically, like a rocket, up in the upper atmosphere, upper stratosphere, whatever it is. So nobody would be showing off all these fancy weaponry, all these fancy weapons, and showing off all this stuff unless they're getting ready to use them, guys. They're getting ready to use them. A lot of stores are closing down quietly. Food is already short. It's a shortage. It's going to be easy if the weather gets like this and it starts flooding and all this crazy weather. It's going to be easy for them to be like, hey, man, y'all got to come with us. Everybody got to evacuate. We got food and water and everything, provisions for you at this camp over here, at this FEMA location. You get showers and food. How many people going to be like, no, I'm going to stay here and deal with the flood? No, people going. They going. they're going. And then they're not going to tell you about it's a catch to it. Now, I was asked earlier, just a while ago, what do I think the mark of the beast is? We've talked about this before. The mark of the beast is everything combined in one. The social credit score, which is a social media credit score, it contains everything. Your birth records, your social security card and information, your medical information, your school history, um, your financial banking information, work history. It contains everything. It's digital. And there's two ways they can do it. Scripture does say that it's going in your right hand or in your forehead. There are already thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of people who've already gotten chipped. There are chips that they can put. There's also a tattoo that they can put and read this information. Yeah, a tattoo that they can run their phone over and it'll audibly read the information. It'll read the tattoo. And as we know, a couple of years ago, they had just started making that. But now, just like everything else, they're able to increase the data on it. You know, like when your phones first came out, what were they, 512? They weren't even a gig. Now you got phones that's 120 gig and up, you know. What is this? Yeah, evil is in the air. The devil is killing. The devil is trying to kill. That's what he said. That's what Scripture said he's here for, to kill, steal, and destroy. So, yes, it will be something digital. It's going to be technology. It's either going to be a chip or a tattoo. And they'll have to put it in your right hand, not your left hand, your right hand or your forehead. You'll be able to connect wirelessly to Wi-Fi. And you know about Li-Fi, right? Li-Fi? You know that light is now able to deliver Wi-Fi, and it's called Li-Fi? You didn't know that. They're releasing 5G all over the East Coast, all the way to Texas. Some of the areas in the West not quite ready, but then California is real heavy. And the dangers of 5G, the birth defects, the cancer rates. It's going to kill the plants. It's going to kill the animals. They can program you like a television, like a computer. You can be remote controlled. It's deep. Also, all the oceans are poison. Another guy just went swimming in the ocean and had to move 25% of his skin from, they call it a flesh-eating bacteria. There's a soap for that. I make it. It'll be out soon. But there's a flesh-eating bacteria. It's getting worse. All the oceans around the U.S. are poison. The Pacific, the Atlantic, the Gulf, they're all poison. Stay out of the water. Even swimming pools and hot tubs and lakes and rivers, it's all toxic. I think this mess started, okay, definitely when O was in power. The Fukushima, no, I think Fukushima happened when Bush was in power. The over in Japan, all the radiation still leaking, by the way, still leaking into the ocean. All the radiation still leaking, and it's come across the ocean. It's circled around the globe by now. And then the deep well explosion when O was in power in the Gulf, the oil spill. And he said, oh, just pour correctors in there. It was untested. Nobody knew what it'll do. And he poured, I forgot how many millions of gallons of that stuff he poured in the ocean, and it killed everything in the ocean. And basically, it was supposed to make the oil dissolve, and they said, no, it just sank it to the bottom. All the gases were still coming up from the cracked ocean floor, benzoine, all kind of stuff that's giving people all kind of cancers. Sterling Nutrition reporting for duty. Shalom, shalom. Welcome to the show. So all kind of cancers giving people, all kind of fumes and gases giving people cancers. Aretha Jackson, shalom, shalom. Welcome to the show. And so all the oceans are poison, guys. All of them in the U.S. can't escape by swimming out. If you don't have a boat, and then the things you're getting out of the ocean, trying to eat it, it's going to get in you, man. So they think they got us. They think they got us where they want us. Now all they got to do is take the guns. That's the last step. Take the guns. And then they can enforce. They've already taken the freedom of speech, but nobody cares because they can't enforce it. Rodney McCray reporting for duty. Welcome, welcome. Shalom. So there are already laws on the book. President O did that, to take free speech. Call it hate speech and all other kind of stuff. But free speech is not free anymore. But they can't enforce it because the people are armed. The citizens are armed. Now they got all these shootings. Oh, by the way, guys, sheriff had just come out in LA, Los Angeles, and admit he lied about a shooting they supposed to have, some sniper shooting. It was fake. I think it's going to happen before the next year, but that's neither here nor there. And then also, you know, the video that everyone was passing around about in Pennsylvania where the guy shot the cops and caught him spraying the blood. Well, they come out and admit that was fake too. They come out and admit that guy who was supposed to be the sniper, the guy that was supposed to have been shooting at the cops, he had been working for the federal agents for a long time. He was a snitch and an informant. And now they're coming out and they're admitting that that thing was fake. See, I told you they were going to do a lot of FFs to get the guns, to get the gats. They're coming for them, guys. September. It's next month. What do you think is going to happen? Whenever I say 911, 911, what you think of? Something about that date. Something that's coming from space in September. Yeah, I believe a lot of that stuff that's coming is already here. Yep, they are using the red flag laws. They're about to increase that, though. They want to get them out of everybody's hands because they can't, you know what I'm saying? They'll mess around and get overtaken, man. This country is spread out, right? You got marksmen. You got a lot of ex-military, just country boys and girls who know how to use this type of stuff, who know about nature. And the population is big, man. It's what, you know, they still be trying to lie and tell us it's 320. We're getting close to 400 million people in this country. 400 million. What kind of army going to be foolish enough to come in here with everybody got something to fight back with and think you're going to win? And these people know how to survive without a grocery store? Nah, you ain't going to win like that. So they have to cripple the population and give themselves an advantage. They're going to make sure it ain't no grocery store. They're going to make sure you can't get resupplied. They're going to make sure they take this stuff out your hand. 5G, digital money, microchips, transgender, transhuman chip, yeah. Said start next year. You keep saying next year. Next year's supposed to be finished, brother. Next year's supposed to be completed by January. Why would it start next year? They gotta put it all together right now. Like right now. They got 3 months. Let me see. September, October, November, December. Watch how it ramps up. Come next week. Maybe even Friday. If the stock market falls, Olar's already chipped, yeah. If the stock market falls and Monday is a holiday, watch out below. Bank runs. I mean, they said they were selling stocks to the tune of 600 million a day, the insiders were. That's why it fell. That's why the plunge protection team is having a hard time keeping that thing afloat. But things to watch out for, guys. Let's see what I got going here. Yeah. Things to watch out for, guys. And yeah, brother. I hate to say it. I hate to say it, Dark Wolf. Yeah, I was right. Appreciate it, though. Thank you for sharing the video. Yeah, you definitely have to have on-hand cash. But the thing about cash, when you say that word, cash is fiat. Who's going to want it? If it crashes, nobody's going to want it. It might take the general population 2 or 3 weeks, maybe 2 or 3 months to catch on that Nobody wants this green stuff. So they're going to keep charging you more and more and more for it. Right now it's $2 and some change for some gas for a gallon. Pretty soon it'll be $20 and some change for a gallon. Then $50 for a gallon because nobody don't want the green stuff. Can't do nothing with it. You know what they want? They want guns, ammo. Yes, bank holiday. They want food, water, silver and gold. What else you got? Animals? Yeah, they'll take that. Oh, you got women? You want to trade some women? Oh yeah. And then the pervs getting away. They'll take your kids. Oh, you want to sell your little kid? Oh, they'll take it. Sounds harsh, doesn't it? This is the reality of a breakdown, of an economic collapse, of a systematic collapse. This is the reality of times of war. Oh yeah, women will be bought and sold. Not only that, children will be bought and sold. Not only that, prisoners, slaves, men will be bought and sold. Makes it a whole lot real, doesn't it? A whole lot realer. And everybody keeps saying next year, next year, next year. No, this year. Lighters, yeah, very important. Definitely, very important. And if you can have some propane or something to refuel the lighters, that's going to be very important. But and if it totally breaks down, your pets that you think is a part of your family, they're going to be on the dinner table. Yeah, cats, dogs, rats, gerbils, snakes, hamsters, monkeys, uh, cows, whatever. That mess is going to be fried, barbecued. It's going to be on the dinner table. It's finna get tough, guys. And you know they've been practicing turning the lights out, right? They've been practicing all year turning the lights out, seeing how the people going to react, measuring their reactions. So in the wintertime, if they turn the lights out, learn to cook with wood. Sounds good, translucent navigator. Make a rocket stove. Yep, definitely. And I was, you need to go to YouTube University. Everybody learn how to make kerosene. I need to go back and watch it again myself because they have kerosene ovens. They have wood burning stoves that you can buy. They have stuff that you can make. There are channels on YouTube that show you from scratch, from using like stick tools. I mean, you can make anything, but you gotta learn how to do it. And now is the time. It's not gonna be next year, guys. They're gonna implement it next year. Yeah, it's coming like within days. Within days. Yeah. So you have to learn. You have to be your own doctor. Seed collection. That's yeah. You better to start like right now. And I'm talking to me too, because I came up with it was so many obstacles I had to overcome. I couldn't even get my garden planted this year, guys. You know, I tried. It was so many obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. But it's not too late. It's not too late. Get everything you can going now. Now. And for all those who've been, white ash is a good source of potassium. I'm not familiar with white ash. Maybe I need to look into that. But you definitely want to have iodine. Sea salt is a good source of iodine because they're Gaultier's disease. If you don't have iodine in your inland, your neck will swell up, your throat will swell up. And also, if there's any type of nuclear blast that goes off, any type of radiation, your body will suck that in thinking it's iodine and it'll kill you. Your thyroid will suck it in. So you better flood your body with the stuff it needs so it'll be like, oh, we got too much iodine. We don't need no more. So it won't suck in that other stuff. So there's going to be dead bodies everywhere, guys. And I have to discuss this. Because when there are dead bodies, because scripture, I'm trying to remember if this is in the Bible or if it's in the Apocrypha, maybe in both in bits and pieces. But when there are bodies laying around everywhere and nobody to bury them, it creates disease, sickness and disease. Just by breathing the putrid air. Don't touch the dead bodies. If there's nobody to bury the body, don't leave it. Don't leave it out open like that. You have to set it on fire. If you can't bury it, if nobody can bury it, set it on fire. Funeral pyres. DJ Truth. All right. So don't throw bodies in the rivers or in the lakes, because that's drinking water. That's bathing water. You don't want dead bodies in the same water that you're gonna drink. You're gonna drink destruction. You know what I mean? Don't throw bodies in the water. Don't throw them in the ocean. Don't throw them in the rivers. Don't throw them in the lakes. Don't throw them in the wells. Yeah, don't throw them in the creeks, because there's a poison you. If you can't bury the bodies, set the bodies on fire. Set them on fire. I know it sounds harsh, but I'm just telling you. Because if you don't plan on going to the FEMA camp, you have to know this stuff if you're going to survive, if you're going to be healthy, if you don't want in the first few days get some type of infection and have to cut your leg off or your fingers off, your arms off, and all this type of stuff. Yeah, it sounds harsh, but it's the reality of it. There's no way we can prepare for everything that's coming, guys. The only way we can prepare for is get our hearts and souls right and do it, whatever the Spirit of God tells us to do in order to be prepared physically. But other than that, get your spirit right. Get right with Yah, with the Almighty, with your Creator. And then you have to prepare for war, guys. FEMA, Hotel California. I know that's right. Metal Sheep. All right. So you have to prepare for war. Yeah, you want to be in the best shape, because you might have to walk for 24 hours, walk for 24 miles. You might have to fight 5 people, 10 people, 20 people. If you get cut, you're going to have to know how to disinfect your own cuts and sew it up or mend the wound or whatever so you don't bleed out. If you get shot, shove plastic in it. Don't bleed out. If you bleed out, you're going to die. Right? If you get shot and you stop the bleeding, chances are you can live. Okay? If you get cut, you don't have alcohol, you don't have peroxide, pee on it. Pee on it. Your body makes ammonia in your urine, and it'll disinfect the wound. Right? Pee on it. Sounds crazy. Pack wound with sugar. Oh, that's interesting. I never heard that one. You definitely have to close it up. You don't want to bleed out. If you bleed out, you lose too much blood, there's no coming back from that. So, prepare, guys. This week, prepare. We're rolling into September. We know what happens in September. That they have an affinity for that month. Okay? The occult. They have an affinity for that month. We know what happens in September. And this Monday is a holiday. Yes, Russia's been testing missiles lately. Stops bleeding immediately? All right, I'm looking at it. Stays clean. Is that just regular, like pure cane white sugar, or is that brown sugar, or what? Uh-oh, what'd I do? Ground coffee stops the blood flow? I didn't know that either, Metal Sheep. Good. All right. We need this information, guys, because I can't promise you that I'm not going to get shot. I can't promise you that you're not going to get shot. I can't promise you that some crazy person is not going to stab you or cut you, or a tree's not going to fall on you, or your car's not going to get washed away in the flood, or we don't know what's going to happen. You just got to be prepared for it. Best way you know how. And you can't get prepared sitting in front of that TV. Turn that mess off. I would prefer you get on YouTube University, search this stuff out. There's people to show you how to do it. Take notes. Unless you want to read all these books. You might don't have time to read all them books. It's quicker to watch an hour video than try to read a 1,000-page book. You know what I mean? But we're there. We're there now. And with that said, keep your eyes open, guys. Sugar, huh? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Dark Wolf. I didn't know that. But that's good information to have. It's good information to have. right. Hello, Brenda Anthony. Well, Brenda Anthony, you got here. We just about to close it out. Just about to close it out. We gave all the updates and important news out there. A lot of stuff happening. Everything is shaky. Everything is shaky. And not only the weather, businesses. A lot of them are lying, claiming that, oh man, a lot of companies are going to fold unexpectedly. If you haven't gotten your own business started, you're going to regret it. You're going to regret it. A lot of, it doesn't matter the size of the company. You're like, oh, it's a small company. That small company might make it. But then one of the big Fortune 500s, they might be top heavy. They might crash. A lot of them are going to close unexpectedly. And then when you show up, it's a door, you no longer have a job. Then what are you going to do? Get your own thing going, guys. Period. And if you haven't gotten out of the city, like I'm stuck in the city right now, then get your own thing going. You need to be able to provide your own food, your own water. I mean, even if you can. Now, the Big Berkey, I have a Big Berkey water filter, and I have a black element filter in the thing. I come to find out that the black element filter may just be activated charcoal. That's may what it be. So get you some activated charcoal or zeolite. It purifies water. It can even purify sewage water if you have to drink sewage water. Yep, dig the roots. Yeah, exactly. Roots of trees and stuff like that. So if you don't have that, rocks, dirt, and grass can purify water. But you want something that's going to attract all the poisons and mess. And zeolite or activated charcoal. You know, there's even a guy on YouTube that shows you how to make charcoal. Make it from wood. Go figure. So, and salt, guys. Make sure you have salt. Salt is good for thousands of different things. Thousands of different things. Believe me, when Yahshua said, ye are the salt of the earth, he was saying a whole lot. He was saying a whole lot. So with that said, guys, let me move on. I got something to do right quick, but I'm going to keep my eyes open. I'm going to keep my ears peeled. I'm watching everything because they're not going to tell us. They haven't been telling us all this time, but I'm thinking that this may be the last week we have to prepare because whatever is going to happen is going to happen quickly. It may happen overnight, and by 911, guys, it's going to be looking ugly. That's just my guesstimation. That's my guess. Anyway, let me get out of here, guys. Maybe I'll come back and do another one here if I get any more news. Dig a hole, fill with wood, place metal roofing over the wood, build a firewood, and there you go. Charcoal in 2 hours. DJ Truth, you own it, brother. You own it. All right. So, guys, this is Brian Anthony with Beyond Babbitt, over and out. Brian Anthony with Beyond Babbitt, over and out. All right, Metal Sheep, appreciate it. Stay safe. Love y'all. Be careful. Keep your eyes peeled, man. And watch your six. Over and out.